Video too.
You're on backwards. You're watching Backwards Press Design TV, and let y'all know out there, this ain't script. This ain't written. This is all real. This is real talent. This is real gifts. This is speaking from the heart. And I just want to point that out to y'all and everything. Like I said, this is Backwards Press Design TV. When you're on this show, this is all real. Ain't nothing, none of that stuff. This is all real right here. And right now, like I said, this is Rudament, one of Boston's hottest producers out there and everything. You know what I'm saying? And does it all. Does it all. Now,
I have no idea what you're going to ask me.
That's why this is all real. This is all real. This is real. This is only Backwards Press Design is a show that's going to give it to you real. You know what I'm saying? When you started doing the music, did you see more what you can bring into it, like what you can change pretty much the format, how music now has changed so dramatically from way back then to what's going on right now?
When I first decided to pursue it, it wasn't a matter of me saying I want to change that or I want to make that better. It was more like I feel as though I can do that. Like I heard it was actually a Timberland record. Shout out to Timberland. It was a Timberland record back in '99 that he produced for all year. It's on my bio on MySpace. I heard it and it inspired me because no one ever really educated me on what a producer was. I heard music in the background on the radio, and I know that's not most of the time it wasn't a live band hearing that stuff, but I never knew what it was, never knew what it was called, never knew. But when I heard that particular track, something sparked inside of me, and I was like, I feel that I can do that, or if I feel like learning whatever that is that I'm hearing, wouldn't be so hard for me. Something in me just sparked, and I felt that. It was just something that within myself. I was in my room, and I heard that on my radio, getting ready for school, and I was like, something just sparked inside of me. I was like, yo, I feel like I can do that somehow. It's like Neo, when he's in the Matrix, he's like, I know Kung Fu. Like, it was one of those kind of feelings, like, I feel like I can do that. It was weird. And I just set out, from that point I set out to actually pursue it and do it. And it's amazing looking back at that moment, 11 years later. Like, I made it happen for myself. It wasn't a matter of it just was hearing something and saying, I believe I can do that and make it happen. Just believe me. Believe in yourself.
That's right. Let me ask you this. When certain producers have their moments, they're hot, and now, majority of the times, they're not. No one's asking them for tracks or collaborations or writing, or do you think that's a category that should be happening? Once you're hot, you should stay hot, or what's missing that you're not producing what performance that you did before?
I think everybody's different. I think sometimes people shouldn't. That's a big reason why people shouldn't lie. I think that people take advantage of the fact that they don't have to give credit to certain people, and they take credit. You have people that'll take the credit for getting ghosted on a particular project. That particular project will be such a big hit, but when it goes back to you, writing and composing your own stuff, and it's not selling as much as that one that you brought in, Joey, to help you out, and it was his brain that really got the song sold. And then you go back down afterwards, and everyone's like, what happened to dude? He fell out. He never really was on to begin with. He put someone else on that helped him out, and people like that person's creativity. They take the credit. No one really knows who writes what anymore. A lot of people have ghost writers and ghost producers buying beats from other producers nowadays. So it's like you don't know who's making what anymore. You just got a name on it. It's a stamp. And I think that if you got it, you got it. Some people just have a certain spirit about them when they write a song that you like, oh, dude wrote that. I know he wrote that because like you just either have it or you don't. You know what I mean? And stop acting like you got it if you don't have it. You know what I mean? If you don't have it, don't lie. You know, just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring in this dude and I'm gonna give him credit after a while because he's the one really doing this and he's really good at it. To be real, I think there's things that people aren't genuine enough in this industry, and people aren't real enough to do that. People get caught up on things that really aren't important at the end of the day.
Well, let me ask you this. What's your, pretty much, when it's coming to your production, your respect in the music business, what's some of the golden rules that you prefer artists not to break with you?
I think that in regards to rules, I'm not their father or anything, but when I definitely demand a certain level of professionalism from my clients, and once you work with me, it's a whole different ball game. You're a professional now. I don't care what you sound like. I don't care if you sound like a rooster. Once you walk into my office, you're a professional, and I expect you to carry yourself as such because that's the way I carry myself. And you have to. You can't just pick up the phone and get into the studio with certain people. You know what I mean? It's not that easy. I learned that when I first started when I was 16. You can't just pick up the phone and walk into, this or that person's studio. These people work hard, and they work very hard to get to where they are, and you can't just, infringe on somebody's time. You know what I mean? Like, people really don't take this music industry as serious as they should, unless they've been around for a while and they've learned that on their own. Professionalism is very important because when you walk in the studio with me and let's say you come in late or you don't show up at all, just a simple absence to you, some people might look at it as, oh, you're in there making music all day. No, we have clients that sacrifice their time off at work, or they sacrifice being with family to be in here. They sacrifice traveling from far distances. You don't know what other people are doing. So when you make an appointment to be with a producer such as myself that is going out of their way to work with you, and you don't show, or you're late, or you do there's things of that nature, you're really hurting the entire company that you're trying to forge this bond with, because there's other clients that I could have done with in Philadelphia or in Boston or wherever that it really stagnates the growth of your career, and it stagnates the growth of the company. Like, it's a big deal that people really, I don't think, put enough seriousness into.
Yeah, that's what's up. Besides yourself, being a music producer, a writer, songwriter, and musician, out of all those elements, which one do you like to focus more on, or you like to say, I'm just going to do everything? What do you think is more your strong point about Rudament?
I can't tell you my strong point because I feel like I'm strong. I'm pretty much strong all around. The only place I would say is a place that I'm not as strong in is engineering. So I generally like to team up with very much so experienced engineers, and I can sit in with them and tell them what I hear and what I would like them to do. And I think it's been a very good balance. Everywhere else I seem to be very strong and can do a lot of things on my own outside of that aspect. And I have, over the past 2 years, started recording engineering, but as far as mixing, I leave that to the mixing engineer, and I can sit in with them and kind of have them listen to certain things they might not have heard on their own because of my time doing this. Because although I've been producing 10 years, I have been a musician for just about 20 years. So all that